Hello to all of you from around the world. I want to welcome you back to another Soulivity Today. We're broadcasting live from our studio right here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and on KMET 1490 AM radio in Southern California. My name is Brian Wesley Johnson, and whether you're at home, driving, or at work, we're always glad you're here with us. Thank you for joining us. We have another amazing show, of course. And we have another amazing, great Soulivity co-host with me today, a senior Soulivity contributor and author, Dr. Chanel DeGuzman. Hello, Chanel.
Good morning, Brian. So happy to be here today.
Oh, man, I am happy to be here, too. So we have not talked in a minute. I know there's been a lot going on in terms of the holiday season. What have you been up to?
Well, the big thing, Brian, is we have our Christmas tree up. And
Ah,
actually, to be honest, it's up a little early because normally we put it up a couple days before Christmas because we have to put the presents under the tree. But Gary's been
oh,
off, and so he spent time putting up the tree. Gian is home. He came home Monday. He got out of school on Friday, and him
mhm.
and his friend went to Chicago for a little getaway. And
Oh,
then,
nice.
so he's home. Then my daughter's home, although she's working. She works over the breaks, and um, and then my son is going to New York. Brian, I'm like, what the heck? So he's going to New York with some
He's
friends
living
for New
the
Year's Eve.
life.
Brian, he's living the
I
life, and I'm
met
like, well, of course, it's
gone.
on the parent's dime, but it's just like, wow, how do I
Right,
have
right.
an adult-ish child going away? I've never even been there, and not even that's the point. The point is that life is changing, it's shifting.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
new
yeah.
adult parent thing is taking a new level. We're at a new level now.
Oh, hey, and make sure he takes lots of pictures so he can like share with you
Absolutely.
like all
Yeah,
hey, listen,
absolutely.
these times are fantastic. You know,
They're priceless,
I
it's
saw pictures
priceless.
of you guys and just you just have such a lovely family. Just a
Oh,
beautiful
thanks,
family.
Brian. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
What about you and
absolutely.
Sasha? What's going on?
So, well, we were just talking about the last minute project of the year that we
Yes.
came together on. We've been wanting to renovate, remodel our main bathroom for a long time, and it just got to the point at which we're like, we're not going into the new year without this bathroom being remodeled. So we took it on, and it's been wonderful and a little crazy at the same time, because it's like you get into these things and you're like, why in the hell did I decide to do this now? It's like almost Christmas, and why am I doing this now? And
Right.
so but now that we're on the tail end, we're right at the end of everything, and you're seeing how beautiful this bathroom, like it's like we made it our own like personal kind of like spa kind of
That you guys
feel
so
and that kind
deserve
of.
it. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
heck
That's
yeah.
what you call living. That is what you
We
call
empty
living.
nesters. Oh,
Yes.
it's like even when our son comes over, like, no, 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 you go use the guest bathroom. This is this is the king and queen's spa right here, you know.
Right. Well, good for you guys, 'cause I'll tell you real quick, my daughter has taken we have our own bathroom in our bedroom, and she has literally taken over our bathroom, and I'm like, "What the heck?" These kids today, I'm telling you, they are just they're on another level, and, these old new parents don't put their foot down, so she uses my
Hmm.
bathroom every day,
Oh,
even
like,
though
oh,
there's
this is
2
my
other
bathroom.
bathrooms in the house. There's 2 other
What
bathrooms
does
in
it
the
have?
house.
Is it the lighting in the bathroom? Is it the lighting that's there that she loves, or is it
She
just?
doesn't like the shower in the other bathroom, so
Uh,
she likes my shower, so, yeah.
so then it's like,
But
well, if I'm
just
going
2
to
more
shower in
years, 2
here,
more years.
if I'm
Huh?
showering in here, I might as well just go ahead and use,
Oh, yeah,
use the
no,
bathroom.
she's taken over my bathroom anyway.
Anywho, well, listen, you know, we've talked about, um, things like throughout the year around like, taking stock, being grateful for the things that come our way. And when we come to the end of the year, this is always something that I think people who are practical, progressive, and positive, and that kind of thing, what they do, right?
Hmm.
They look at the things that they've accomplished over the last 12 months, take stock of it, feel grateful and thankful for those things. But the other thing that they do is they start looking forward in terms of the things that they want to manifest in the new year. And so what we
Okay.
thought we'd do is share with all of you, me and Chanel will share with all of you, some of the things that we're looking forward to in the new
Mhm.
year that are like important to us. Because Chanel, we talk about this all the time, that it's important for us to claim and affirm those things at a feeling level, right? So that okay,
Yes,
how does
yes.
this feel in our space, and so that we can really define it and really manifest it with ease, peace, and grace. And so
Absolutely.
I'm really happy. I'm really excited about this because um, I um, um, you shared with me some of the things that you want to do, and we're just going to do four each so that we give you a little taste of maybe some of the things that maybe you may want to think about in terms of manifesting in your own life. So why don't we get to it, Chanel?
All right. All
Um,
right.
um, there again, we're talking about four different things. We're going to do this from bottom to top. So we're going to start with
I
number
like that
four.
approach.
Yeah, right. And so, Chanel, I'll go to you first, and then I'll go after you. So,
Okay. Okay.
what's the fourth thing that you're excited about creating and manifesting?
So the fourth thing was being able to take 6 major trips to dance conventions.
Ooh, now, okay, now you got to break this down a little bit more. Where did
Oh my
this come
gosh.
from? Where did so this is
So,
like ballroom dancing?
yeah, so Brian,
Okay.
Detroit is the capital for ballroom dancing, and
Oh yeah.
Chicago is the capital for stepping, and
Stepping.
it's
Yep.
actually pronounced steppin', steppin',
Stepping. Right. Right.
without the G,
Exactly. Not
Brian.
stepping.
Okay,
No,
right,
stepping.
not
Yeah.
stepping, steppin'. Okay, so since I've started dancing over 5 years ago, I typically dance, and I'm a competitive ballroom dancer, and I've
Oh yeah.
done everything locally, right? And
Right.
then all of a sudden, one birthday year, 2 years ago, I think, we
Uh-huh.
celebrated my birthday at some events, and I just was like, I think I want to do more for my birthday. And so I ended up going to this major event called Black and Bling, which was in
Okay.
Dallas, Texas. And Brian, this event starts on a Thursday and it ends Sunday night. And you're dancing every
Wow.
single night. And Brian, there are
Wow.
day events. So, for example, you arrive on a Thursday, there's a meet and greet, there's themes, so that it might be a camouflage night, it might be a
Uh-huh.
Western night, and then the gala, which is typically on a Saturday, is where you bling it out, right? You dress formally, and then Sunday would be a brunch along with another party. So by the time you leave, you can barely walk, literally. So I started doing that, and then I got a taste of it, and so then I started traveling to dance conventions, and so I've
Okay.
been to so far just, over to Chicago because it's our neighbor, and,
Right.
we're complementary. We're ballroom, they're stepping, so we have a lot in common. We share a lot of dancers, and I've been to Cleveland, right up the road to Toledo. We have a major event called the Midwest. And
Mhm.
these events, Brian, there's like 4 to 500 people at
Wow.
these conventions. And then we have a very large, what we call white party, which of course everybody wears white for the gala, where you've
Mhm.
got people coming from almost every major metropolitan area. So it's kind of a big deal, and it's an elevation in your dance life because now you're exposed to new and different types of dancers, different levels of dancers. So you're really elevating your game once you start to go out on the road. So over the last couple years, I
Wow.
haven't gone out as much, transitioning Gian into college. And so
Yeah,
now
yeah.
that he's he's settled, this is one of my goals. So
You're like, yeah, I'm gonna get out here and do my dance thing. Now, okay, so really
mhm,
quickly, how long have you been
mhm.
dancing? How long have you been doing, professional
So,
dancing?
well, I can't say professional, Brian,
Well,
but
semi-professional.
competitive. But
Competitively, okay.
basically, Brian, it all started. I don't remember if I've shared this with the audience, you and the audience, but I wanted Gary to dance with me. And so I threw
Uh-huh.
my own Valentine Day party and we invited our friends and we had dance instructors come and give us dance lessons before the event. And once I got my first taste of my dance lesson, I started going to classes and just becoming more proficient. And so that was basically 6 years ago. So that's really when my journey started.
Okay.
Yep,
All
and I
right.
love it. It's one of those things that gives me the light and the energy. It's one of my passions, so I do attend to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's wonderful. Okay, mine is really simple, but it's something that I love that I have not been doing on any regular basis in a long time. One of the aspects of like everything that we do at Soulivity is like video and photography and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I was doing photography, just out taking pictures and stuff like that. Long before, I mean, I was doing it in high school. And I was talking to a good friend of mine the other day, and we were talking about like our influencers, and then he brought up actually it was during an interview that I just did, and we were talking oh gosh, and I'm losing his name. Um um the famous photographer, gosh, he has a mustache, a African American brother. It'll come to me in a second. But the other was Ansel Adams. And so it was Ansel
Mm.
Adams and Gordon Parks. See, I knew it was going to come to me.
Yeah,
And
there it
Gordon
is.
Parks, they were both like my real strong influencers when I was younger. And so it was like, this year I'm going to go out and I'm going to take uh, a lot of photographs and see if I can come up with maybe an album of photographs
Nice.
and that kind of thing. Really,
Mhm.
and like do it in a
Mhm.
serious kind of way.
Mhm.
Um, um, and see what happens. So that's
Nice, nice.
no,
So
simple.
what's one of your favorite, photographs or memorable?
Oh man, that's really hard. So there's uh, every photograph that Gordon Parks did in his Harlem series is a favorite of mine. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
like like just not the technical pieces, but the emotional content that's there. And then Ansel Adams, there's two. There's one that he did in Utah. It's this famous picture of him in the dead of winter of this beautiful mountain that is there, and he caught this at the absolute perfect time where it's the majesty and the strength and also the serenity of this scene that's there. And then there's another picture of his where it was out in the Southwest where he caught this picture of a old cemetery that had like crosses and that kind of thing. And yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, after
Well,
I
you're
saw these
bringing
kind of photos, I was hooked. I was hooked.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're hooking me, actually. You're giving me, like, one of my gaps, honestly, in my life is, art appreciation. That was a class in
Okay.
college and, something I really do need to get back to, but, we'll add it on as, I accomplish these other other 3
There you
goals.
go. There you go. Perfect. I love it. See, we're off to the races already. Listen, everybody, we're going to take a quick break. We've got more of what both me and Dr. Chanel are looking forward to in 2024 in just a minute. So we'll be back after this quick commercial break. Hi there, this is Brian with Soulivity.com. I want to share some exciting news about our new Aspire Academy by Soulivity. Now, you probably want to know what the Aspire Academy by Soulivity is. Well, it exclusively connects you with people around the globe and who share the intense desire to improve themselves and create a better life for themselves today. There's classes, there's workshops, there's live events, and even more exclusively just for you. You see, I wanted you to have a safe space where you could grow, you can learn, and it would empower you in all aspects of your life, including your mind, your body, and your soul. So how do you get started? Well, it is so easy. First of all, the best part, joining Aspire Academy is absolutely free. Just click on the Join Now button, sign up, and begin your journey. As a special part of this invitation to you, there are some free courses that are available for you to try from our amazing roster of coaches and collaborators. It's our way of saying thank you for all of your support and being with us along our journey of expansion. I hope you enjoy the Aspire Academy by Soulivity today. Start the process. Learn more about your passion, your purpose, and how to live a higher quality life. Hey there, we're back with more here on Soulivity today. We're talking about what we are looking forward to doing and experiencing in the new year with my very special co-host, Dr. Chanel DeGuzman, and we're on number 3 for both of us. I was thinking about this, and I was like, okay, what's number 3? Because like all of them are like top, but
Right.
but it's
Absolutely.
hard to like order them up because it's like I just want them all.
Absolutely.
So I'm making the decision. One thing that we've been doing here on Soulivity that I'm really looking forward to, and I mean this is just not a plug, is we've started this new commitment toward an initiative around health equity. It is something that is not talked about enough. That there are so many different aspects to the health inequities that people suffer around the country. And so we decided to take a stand and become a standard bearer for not just broad information, but intimate information about the research that's going on, resources that are out here, and support for all of you, so that all of our health equity, all of our health outcomes are the same, right? I mean, I think in a country as wealthy as we are, there should be no one that suffers health wise, right? In an unequal kind of strata, that we're all getting the healthcare that we need, and it is the same type of healthcare, and that it's equitable. And so there's Dr. Snell, we have so many great people that we've already lined up to do interviews and forums and things, throughout the year. Our good friend Kevin and all the great work that he's doing at the National Association for Mental Illness, NAMI in Michigan. I mean, he's involved. I mean, there's so many people that are involved in this. And so I'm really excited about it. And I'm looking forward to being part of it and manifesting it and bringing all that information to everyone. So I just wanted to kind of mention that.
Well, I love that, Brian. I love your resolve and, using Soulivity as that platform to really take it to another level and to help in this process because you're right. We all do deserve equitable healthcare. I mean, it's just so
Yeah.
foundation of life. So I applaud your efforts and your resolve in
Thank you.
that.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
my number
Ye-
3
All right, bring it.
is a virtual assistant. So
Oh,
I've been in business,
oh,
yeah, I've been in business, so getting a
finally.
virtual assistant, yeah. Well, I gotta make it happen, but that is the
Yeah,
intention for
girl.
sure. So
You
I've been
need
in
the support.
business. Oh gosh, yes. So I've been in business for 4 years now, and I've been a solopreneur. That means you do everything 8 days a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's time that I have someone that can help me send out RFPs and to help
Yeah.
me with my marketing and email campaigns and things
Yeah.
that I don't need to spend my time on. I need to always be in front of the client,
Yeah.
either getting a client or delivering services for a client. So this would be a really big next level for me in my business development. So I'm excited for this opportunity. And I think because I received a grant last year, the end of
Hmm.
last year,
Hmm.
that will help fuel me getting the virtual assistants in the first quarter of next year.
Woo.
So
I love
excited
it.
about that.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
You
you.
know, it's funny. This is one aspect of owning your own business that I think people who start out don't really realize, right? We know we always focus on just the economics, right?
Hmm.
You know, the more I do by myself, the more money that comes into the business, right? Um,
Right.
and that is not necessarily true in all cases. In fact, in a lot of cases, it's not true. And it was put to me this way: what is your hourly rate? If no matter what role you're playing in, what no matter term what profession you're in, what would be your hourly rate? Is it $200 an hour, $300 an hour, $400 an hour, $150 an hour, whatever it is, right? Now you translate that into what are the tasks that you're doing, right?
Mhm.
And if you're spending the bulk of your time doing administrative work, right?
Yep.
Then you're basically, you equate that. So if you're spending 4 or 5 hours a day doing admin work, then you're literally paying that amount of money for someone to send an email
Right.
or to type a
Exactly.
letter or whatever, right? And so you
Exactly.
start you start thinking about, okay, and that's the amount of money that you're losing, right?
Right.
So what would be if you're paying somebody $25 an hour, just a few
Mhm.
hours a week to take
Yeah.
a lot of this stuff off your plate,
Mhm.
how much more
Mhm.
money could you make? That's
Absolutely,
why.
absolutely. And,
And
Brian,
that's
we
just
call
purely
it
from an
pay.
economic standpoint, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, not only that, but think about the loss of creativity and the time to innovate.
Absolutely.
If you're using your creativity and your power on administrative tasks. I mean,
Right.
that's a loss right there. But yeah, we just
Exactly.
catalog it or categorize it as paid time and non-paid time. And if you're
Hmm.
spending a lot of your time on non-paid activities like sending emails, doing proposals, you're not
Right.
spending time on paid, which is acquiring new clients or fulfilling
Absolutely.
you know, current jobs with current clients. So, yeah, it's a
Absolutely.
big deal. And also just scaling, right? If you want to scale, you have to
Right.
multiply your efforts. It can't just be you.
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
And it becomes even more complicated if you're starting a business that's a creative business and you've got all these technical things that you need to handle, right? You know, if you're doing that all yourself, it becomes really difficult. So I applaud you.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Yay.
I
Thank you. I'll
can't
give
wait
an
to
update.
hear. Yeah, please, 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 please. Because again, I think it's something that people don't really think about. And it's also why we're sharing all this with all of you, why the things that we're doing and that kind of thing to help all of you kind of think about what do I want to accomplish in the new year, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And that kind of thing. So again, Thank you for that, Dr. Shell. That was really good. I like that segment.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Listen, we're going to take another quick break, everybody, and we'll be back with more of Soulivity today and what we're looking forward to in 2024 in just a second.
Do you see me kneeling on this dual roller called Parasetter? It's actually comfortable because of this channel and the softness of the special foam. It feels like my kneecaps are being massaged. When I lie down, my spine is housed in this channel, while the convex rollers massage my muscles. They let go and lengthen. There's a traction effect from my head on the headrest and my mid-back from the rib wrap, which hugs me. When I start the breathing sequence, I feel calm because my cortisol levels are dropping. Lower cortisol means bye-bye constant hunger. Parasetter is 40 inches long and much more comfortable than old-style rollers, but it weighs only 10 ounces. Parasetter, just like Pilates was, is no longer an insider secret. Do yourself a favor. Reset your parasympathetic nervous system. Defeat stress. Lying, sitting, kneeling, or standing. This unique patented roller helps everyone.
Six years ago, when I started Soulivity, my vision was to support everyone in improving their life through the discovery of their passion and purpose, so they could become the best version of themselves, to battle fear and ignorance, and create a better world today. Get inspired to live your passion and purpose. Visit Soulivity.com now.
Hey, we are back here with more on Soulivity today. I'm joined today by my very special co-host, Dr. Chanel DeGuzman, as we talk about what we're looking forward to in 2024. And we're now up to number two. Number two. As we get to trying to get some excitement going here.
Some excitement going. Yeah, you know, Brian, too, we've got it. I love the fact that we're even doing this because taking time and pausing during this, you know, sometimes it starts to become a downtime during these,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, the time leading up to Christmas and then certainly the week after Christmas. And so this is a perfect time to pause and just, like you said,
Absolutely.
reflect on all the goodness of 2023, but also envision expanding and enlarging your 2024. So yeah, this is really good for
Absolutely.
us.
Absolutely. So what is your number two thing that you're looking forward to in 2024?
So number two is more on the business side. So it is getting
Okay.
my first federal government contract. My first federal government contract. So again, I've been doing this for 4 years and I have local contracts with municipalities like Washtenaw
Mm-hmm.
County, the city of Saline, but now, and those are good stepping stones, right? So
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
contracts dealt
Absolutely.
with executive recruiting and DEI training, diversity, equity, and inclusion training. And so now I am a SAM certified, which is System for Award Management, which is the mechanism that you have to be certified in order to even get a government
Yep.
contract. So I've had my
Yep.
certification, recertified, so I'm all set. And I've been making contacts as well because that's still what it's all about. It's contacting.
Oh, yeah.
So these people who hold the contracts, they are people just like you and I, and they are in
Yep.
offices where they need services. So the government
Mm-hmm.
has to contract out everything, every product or service that they use, they have to contract it out. And
Yep.
so, in terms of my delivery of leadership development, executive coaching, the government needs those services as well in various different departments. And so, my campaign is to reach out to those directors and set up meetings and start to get to know them and then eventually bid on some contracts. So, um, it's an exciting opportunity, and I'm looking forward to securing my first one in 2024.
So does that mean we're going to see you here in DC?
Yes, Brian, that's exactly what that
Yay!
that's exactly what that
Yay!
means. How
All
about
right.
that? I didn't even think
I
about
love it.
that benefit.
See.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to be probably walking through some of my old stomping grounds
Yes.
around that. But again, this is all about expansion, right?
Mhm.
So again, this is something that you're going to do, that you're challenging yourself. That's part of your overall arching plan for growth. And it's like, okay, I'm going to start, I'm going to push myself out of my comfort zone and
Mhm.
into an arena that I know is a beautiful segue into expanding my business. So congratulations for that.
Absolutely.
I'm saying
Thank you.
congratulations already. I'm affirming all this stuff.
All right. I appreciate it.
Uh,
That's what you said earlier. Claim and affirm at the
Claim and
feeling level.
affirm, y'all. Claim and affirm at a feeling. What does it feel like? What does it feel
Yes.
like to have that, right? And you focus on that every single day, like, to
Mhm.
have these contracts. And then you're just led to do stuff. And
Mhm.
also you'll attract things to you, like you'll get a phone call or an
Yep.
email or something like that, and it's in perfect
Mhm.
alignment with where you're trying to
Yep.
go. I mean, God is good
Absolutely.
all the time.
And all the time
Um,
he is good.
um, this
How about
next
you?
one,
What's your
well,
number 2?
so my number two is something that has to do with my wife and I are big on really taking breaks and respites. In fact, when we first started dating, we both agreed that for us to operate at the level at which we work, not to say that we're not taking care of ourselves on an ongoing basis, because that's also important. Um, but that vacations are also part of that. We take a short vacation, what we call short, which is anywhere between 5 to 7 days, something like that.
Mhm.
And then we take a longer vacation that's at least 12 days, if not 14 to
Wow.
16 days, something like that.
Yep.
And we've kept up, in fact, there was only
Mhm.
one time that we didn't do that, and that was the year that we got married.
Okay.
Because we were like,
Lot
we
going
were
on.
saving up. Right, we had a lot going on, and we were saving up money. We did not want to have any debt. We did not want to charge
Mhm.
our wedding and all that kind of stuff. So we paid for
Mhm.
all that. So we have been looking at, drum roll, going to Thailand next year. And
Oh
so,
my gosh.
yeah,
You
and
just keep
so
tapping. You keep man, you and
Bobby
Sasha,
Wee,
you
baby,
got it
Bobby
going
Wee.
on.
Yeah, and so we're gonna start planning that, and because our goal is this time next year we'll be in Thailand, and we'll be there for a couple of
Wow.
weeks,
Wow.
enjoying it and that kind of thing. So we'll let you guys know. Again, all of this is important stuff, right? I mean, uh,
Yes.
focusing on expansion, but also focusing on self-care and loving yourself and giving yourself those things that you need to rejuvenate, rest and rejuvenate in yourself as you go through the process of expansion and growth and that kind of thing. So
Right, right. So, Brian, how did you guys choose Thailand?
there's several different places that we've been wanting to go to, and this has just
Mhm.
been one that we've wanted to do for a long time, and that we've gone to Europe a lot. Not to say that we're
Right.
not going to be going back to Europe. I mean, that's always going to be on our radar, but we haven't been to Asia, and so Asia, Africa. I mean, these are some places that in the world that we really want to go to, and
Mhm.
so yeah, so Thailand is there, and I think Africa is the year after when we have our 10th wedding anniversary. So
Very nice.
oh
Well,
oh yeah.
you inspire me, you challenge me because that's something that Gary and I don't do as much. We don't travel together as much. Um, but you know, our main thing
Hey,
is to eventually get to the Philippines as a together.
oh, if you guys go
That's
to
where
the
his family is
Philippines,
from. You
I
guys wanna
know you
come?
go to you better call me. You better call me, and
All right.
because
Oh, it would
that
be
that that
wonderful.
Oh man,
Yeah,
the food
yeah,
too.
yeah, and, oh, just the people, and then we have family,
And the
our
people, the
family's there,
culture,
so
that yeah.
yeah,
Well,
so
there you go. So you got a built-in tour guides and stuff like that.
yes. Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. So, I
I love
definitely
it.
have
I
to up
love
my
it.
game on the travel side,
Oh,
Brian.
you guys are gonna do it. I have no worries about that at all. You guys got,
Thank
you getting your babies all set up, so they can
yes.
be on their track. And so as you guys
Yeah,
do that, I can totally see you guys doing that on the other side.
yeah,
Listen, everybody, we're
absolutely.
going to take another quick break. We got our number one things that we're looking forward to in the new year coming up. So stick right here with Soulivity Today. We'll be right back. You can find all of the Satana products at our Go shop at go.soulivity.com.
Have you ever asked the question, if I was to be anything, what would I be? Regardless of money, regardless of status, beyond popularity and fame. Living your passion, feeling your life has purpose. Soulivity is a space to nurture that which lives in all of us. A place where work can become play, and doing what we love creates the dreams of a lifetime.
Hey there, we're back with more of Soulivity Today, where we are talking about looking forward to 2024 and all the things that we want to manifest and create in our lives. And so we've been sharing some things with you, me and my special co-host, Dr. Chanel DeGuzman, some of the things that we want to manifest. And we've gone through 3 things each, and now we're up to our number one thing that we're going to be doing for ourselves in the new year. And this is one that's kind of special. I'll go first, and then I'll go to you, Chanel.
Okay.
This one's really close to my heart. It's really personal. And so, as you know, back in 2021, my father transitioned, and it was, really hard on everybody because he was just the light and the apple of everybody's eye who knew him.
Absolutely.
His eyes, his voice, just his demeanor. He was the real definition of a progressive, gentle man, right? Not
Mhm.
soft, gentleman, right? Who
Yes,
respected and
yes.
loved and that kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
Well, every year we would have a family reunion, which was my dad's family and my mother's family. They would all get together in Detroit. They would, my mother's family would travel in from the West Coast, from California. Of course, we would come in from DC. My uncle would come up from Indianapolis and that kind of thing. And my brother would come in from Chicago. We all meet up.
Mhm.
Well, we have not done that in
Oh,
a couple in a couple of, well, a year, because we didn't do it last year. So and we didn't do it last year. The first one that we did was this year, and it was really solemn, like,
yeah.
because dad wasn't there. But we
Mhm.
decided that this upcoming year we're moving it to the same weekend, which is my parents, which is Memorial Weekend, but it's also the same weekend that my parents got married.
Oh, how special.
And so we're all coming in May. So of course we'll see you guys while we're there.
Hmm.
In May, and the families, everybody's like, we're already booking hotels and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And some, my uncles have already booked their airfare. So that's how excited they are. And so I'm really
Wow.
looking forward to this connection and that weekend because as a family, we celebrate that time as in memorial to him and to my parents in terms of them coming together
Hmm.
as husband and wife, but we also celebrate it as this birth of a new family, and that's the four of us and our extended family as well. So really
Oh,
looking forward to
that
that. Yeah.
that's so special. Oh my gosh. To
Yeah.
recommit
Yeah.
to, that family legacy and honoring
Yeah.
that is super special. So I have to say, Brian, we are totally in sync because my number one goal is to attend our 78th family reunion this
Ah,
year in August.
family is everything,
Can you
isn't
believe
it?
it? Can you believe it? It is my first one. I didn't even hesitate when you asked about the four. That was my number one. And so just to
Mine
give
too.
you a little history, our family, this is on my dad's side of the family, the Green family, we've been having an annual family reunion for 78 years. So 2024
Yeah.
will be 78 years. And we
Wow.
rotate, Brian, every year the city. Now, of course, during
Okay.
COVID, and I think even the year after, we did go virtual. So we had the reunion online, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we're back
But you
in
still had
person.
it.
And so,
But you
but we
still
still
had
had
it.
it. We still had it. Yep. And we made the most of it. We really the planning we have a planning committee, Brian. I don't know about you guys, but there's a
Wow.
whole
Yeah. Yeah.
planning committee, for whichever city is hosting that those cousins then become, you know, step up and become the host committee. And so again, we come in on a Friday night with the meet and greet. Saturday, we visit the city. And then Saturday night is the big dinner gala where you get all dressed
Mm.
up. And then Sunday is like the brunch and like your farewell or a picnic. And so it's usually the whole weekend, and it's every second weekend in August. Every second weekend in August. So this year it
Wow.
happens to fall on my birthday, August 11th, and our family has not traveled out of state. So typically we rotate the states.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
so I'm here in the Detroit area, so of course we'll go when it's here, right? But we
Right.
haven't traveled yet. So we typically are in Memphis, Chicago, and Los Angeles. And then in 2024, my cousin Edmund Lee, shout out to
Hmm.
my cousin, he will be hosting in Orlando, Florida. So we're so
All right.
excited to go
Ooh.
there. And so we're planning it already. So all four of us, ideally, Gary is always in some type of a tennis, you know, teaching tennis, but hopefully we're all going to be able to go together. And so it'll be a big deal, Brian, and I'm super excited about it.
Oh man, that is excellent. That's excellent. So this will
Yeah.
be the first. Is this the first non-virtual since COVID?
No, last year, I
Last year
didn't
you
go.
had you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
we
so
were in,
everybody got
yeah.
together. Okay.
Yeah, I think last year they were in Memphis and we did not go. But this year I am committed. I am committed, and I'm putting it out there in the universe. My husband can hear me right now, Brian. He's only a throw away from me right now.
Gary, you listen.
So,
You
Gary,
listening, boy?
so yeah, so there's no reason why the four of us. And then it's important, Brian, for my kids who, the
Yes.
last time we had it in Detroit was over 5 years ago. So,
Yes.
they need to see and get to know their cousins as well. And so it's not just for me, but also for the kids as well. So,
Right.
to
Right.
interact with their
I
cousins. Yeah.
I remember, that we had a long standing family reunion like that years ago. That was mainly my father's mother's side of the family, both sides of that family, the McKinneys and the Sweats. And it was always in where my great grandfather's farm was in rural Kentucky. And it was
Mhm.
always great because you see family and all these kind of people, and then you see the family expanding. But as people got older, um, it started to die down and get smaller and
Yes.
smaller and
Yep.
smaller and
Yep.
smaller. And
Mhm.
but I'm glad that I went as a kid because that just instilled in me this sense of family and
Mhm.
what a nurturing tribe kind of looks like. Um, and it also helped me decide like who are the type of people that I want around me, right? Who do I want to surround my
Absolutely.
world with? And so
Yes.
happy for you. Wow, that's
Thank you.
amazing.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be
Yeah.
warm down there too.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be beautiful. I mean, I literally and the planning committee is our we're already having Zoom and Facebook Lives to get everybody geared up just so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
everybody, because
yeah.
it is an expense, so you do have to plan for it.
Oh
So,
yeah,
um
absolutely,
but
absolutely.
it'll be such a wonderful, gathering and a recommitment. Because, like you said, some of our family has died off, and so it takes starts to take on a new meaning, and then the younger cousins, quote, unquote, "younger cousins" like myself, we now have to step up, Brian, because we have to keep it going, and we have to strengthen it, and so, we're at bat. My cousin Edmund, he's taking this on, he's around my age,
Absolutely.
and so it's sort of our turn.
Hey, yeah, you make it your turn. Make
Yep.
it your turn, girl. Well, this has been wonderful. This has been really,
Yes.
really great. I'm glad we did this. What we're looking forward to in 2024. Um, you know, uh, Chanel, it's like this is what we kind of live for, right? I mean,
Right.
looking forward, staying in the present, right? Because we create in the
Yep.
present moment. But it's
Mhm.
okay to kind of put out there, here's some of the things that I want to do and start planning today to make those happen. So thank you for sharing all of that with us
Yeah.
today.
And Brian, just
You
one
know,
last thing is just do more of what brings you joy. Do more of that
yeah,
in 2024.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So thank you for that. Listen, let's get to some shameless plugs, right? I want to make sure that we talk about all the amazing things that you guys are doing. You have this fantastic book that I think would make a fantastic gift for someone.
Yes.
It's called "Come Back to Yourself: Love Life and Live Free." You just had a little,
Book
was it a
club.
book signing, book club? Yeah, that's what I
Book club,
thought.
yeah,
I'm like,
I was invited, yeah, thanks, Brian, yeah, I was invited to a book club to, highlight my book. These folks, these lovely sisters, are part of a book club for a church I used to attend, so they're very
uh-huh,
close and dear to my heart, and this was their
uh-huh.
second read of my book, and so they came with the questions,
Mm,
Brian, let me tell you, they came with the
all right.
paragraphs, the page numbers, so I had to be on my P's and Q's. But I encourage anybody to, especially over the holiday, order the book on Amazon, sit down in a nice
hmm
cozy couch with your throw and just dive into it. It has practical applications after each chapter for your reflection and to take you on an expanded growth level, especially heading into 2024. So super
I love it.
excited. And then if you're lonely, there's a song by the Emotions that says, "What do the lonely do at Christmas?" Well, if you don't
Oh,
know what to do, you don't know, your next move, reach out to
yeah.
me. Let's have a chat. I still offer my free consultations, especially over the holidays.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, you can reach Dr. Chanel by calling her at area code 313-410-9909. That's area code 313-410-9909 for a beautiful and complimentary coaching session with her. I cannot think of a better way of help improving your life for the better in the new year. Um, Thank you for that, Dr. Chanel.
Yeah, thank
Also,
you.
we've got some fantastic new and exclusive features at Soulivity.com. One is one I've been like talking about a lot, which is our Soulivity exclusive with multi-talented writer and producer Dwayne Johnson Cochran. And it's about his latest film, Heist 88, which stars, Hollywood legend Courtney Vance. It's produced by Vance and his lovely wife, Angela Bassett, who all of us know about, what's love got to do with it, to all that.
That's gonna be
yeah. And so it is a fantastic film. It is the highest ranking Showtime original film of 2023. And so you can read about how that all came about, and all the things about Dwayne himself. He is just a lovely man, who's just has taken the world by storm, and there's going to be so many other things that he's going to be doing in the future. But I had just a lovely conversation with him, and so it's something that I think that everybody would love to know about. Also, please, follow us on social media. There's so many other tips and how-tos and notifications that we push out across our platform that involve like all of our Soulivity hosts, but also things that we're doing, on the platform itself, like things around health equity, as well as other exclusive content that you can't find anywhere else. Dr. Chanel, thank you for being with me. Appreciate you,
Merry
girl.
Christmas to you and Sasha.
Yeah,
and all
Merry
our listening
Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Joy
Happy
Noel,
Kwanzaa. Yeah.
Happy Kwanzaa, yeah. Habari Gani. We'll be saying that coming up soon. So thank you for being here, girl.
Yes.
Happy holidays to you and your family, as well as to all of you. Thank you for being here, with us on Soulivity today. Listen, we got one more live show coming up tomorrow, which is a look back at 2023 and our shows over that period. Look out for that, and we will see you next time. Take care of yourself and keep on having empowering conversations that bring us all together. We'll be back tomorrow. See you next time. Bye.
This work is subject to copyright owned by Affinity Global LLC. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this is expressly prohibited unless Affinity Global LLC has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.